Just months after Charlie Kirk's shocking death, Erika Kirk is back in the spotlight. But this time, it's not just about grief. Rumors are swirling, secrets are hinted at, and a mysterious connection with J.D. Vance is setting the internet on fire. What really happened behind closed doors? Was this calculated, emotional, or was something much darker? Stay tuned, because every detail is shocking, and you won't believe what comes next.
Today, as we honor Charlie with this incredible Presidential Medal of Freedom on his birthday, I see here with tears and just humbled heart and spirit, because his story reminds us all that to live free is the greatest gift, but to die free is the greatest victory.
Girl, you won't believe what's going down. The whole Charlie Kirk situation just flipped again, and this twist is unreal. Word is that Charlie's own siblings have finally spoken up, and what they're revealing has everyone talking nonstop. So here's the tea. People have been buzzing for weeks about Vice President J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk, and the internet has been in absolute chaos ever since. Fans were already side-eyeing things when Erika said J.D. reminded her the most of Charlie, and that one comment sent social media into overdrive. People couldn't stop dissecting it, wondering what exactly she meant by it. But here's where things get even wilder. Charlie's siblings have now entered the chat, and according to what's being whispered, they believe Erika has been making some serious moves behind the scenes, and not just personal ones. They claim she's been quietly aligning herself with powerful figures, allegedly positioning herself close to J.D. Vance as his influence continues to rise. That's the kind of rumor that can set the internet on fire. Whether it's politics, strategy, or something deeper, Erika's name is back in the headlines, bigger than ever. Fans say her recent behavior feels less like mourning and more like a master plan unfolding in real time. Whatever's going on, it's got people glued to their screens, waiting for the next reveal. It all kicked off with that speech Erika gave just days after Charlie's passing. And let's just say, people were not expecting what came next. Instead of sounding like a heartfelt goodbye, the whole speech felt more like a statement, like she was trying to prove something to the world instead of simply honoring her late husband. Then came the memorial.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, Jenny. And that's love. That is not a normal hug and hello. You look at her, what she's doing. See that hand behind the head? That's a hell of an embrace that she's giving him there.
People are still talking about that entrance. Erika walked onto that stage like it was a grand spotlight moment, the kind you'd see at a championship arena, not a somber service. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get any more shocking, she publicly announced that she had forgiven the man responsible. The crowd froze. Some were in disbelief, others confused. Many said that moment just didn't feel right for a ceremony meant to mourn and remember. But that wasn't all. Fans immediately noticed something strange. Charlie's parents and siblings were nowhere to be seen. Sure, families often want privacy, but skipping the entire memorial raised serious questions. The internet filled with speculation instantly. Was there tension between Erika and Charlie's family? And when people realized that Candace Owens, one of Charlie's closest friends, wasn't there either, the whispers only got louder. Something about that entire scene just didn't sit right. A few weeks later, Erika finally reappeared, this time standing beside Charlie's parents at the White House. Charlie Kirk was being honored posthumously with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The setting was beautiful, the words emotional, yet something about the energy felt completely off. Fans noticed it instantly. The tension was thick. The distance between Erika and Charlie's parents felt emotional, not just physical. Instead of a united front celebrating Charlie's legacy, the body language told a different story.
Violence when he was murdered. Do you think that was a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences.
About Charlie's assassination.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
When everything happened, my phone died and became a black hole. I just didn't turn it on for weeks on end. I've intentionally insulated myself.
Stiff smiles, minimal eye contact, silence that said more than words ever could. Social media lit up immediately. People began questioning whether the relationship between Erika and the Kirk family had quietly fractured. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Erika's first major interview since the tragedy. Sitting down with Jesse Waters, she opened up about the day Charlie was shot, the overwhelming grief, and what life is like raising their children alone. She even addressed online theories and the ongoing trial of Tyler Robinson, leaving viewers torn between sympathy and suspicion as they tried to read between every line. And after that White House moment and her interview with Jesse Waters, you'd think Erika would step back from the spotlight. But no, she did the opposite. Within days, she was back on social media posting polished videos, glossy photos, and long captions that looked straight out of magazine spread. Fans were stunned. Many said it felt like she was rebranding herself, while people were still processing Charlie's death. Comment sections turned into full-blown debates. Some defended her strength. Others said her behavior fell off and way too soon. What really sent things spiraling was a series of posts where Erika gave motivational speeches about forgiveness and moving forward. In one clip, she said, "We can't live in the past."
Because I need to guard my heart. And I need to be there for my kids. And I need to be there for Turning Point. And what I've realized through all of this is that everyone grieves differently. Everyone is trying to figure out, and I don't blame them. How does this happen? How does somebody become so radicalized where they can justify this in their own head?
We must rise above pain and find purpose in the pieces life leaves behind. At first, it sounded poetic, but many fans felt the tone didn't match her situation. They expected tears, reflection, maybe even silence, not branding opportunities. And the timing? That's what made it hit differently. It felt like the grieving widow had suddenly become a public figure running her own narrative. Then came what people now call the conference moment. Erika showed up at a conservative summit, confidently walking onto the stage in a bold red suit that grabbed everyone's attention. Cameras flashed, reporters swarmed, and social media exploded with clips from her speech. She talked about faith, resilience, and continuing Charlie's mission. But something about the delivery made people whisper. It felt smooth, polished, rehearsed. That's when suspicions really started brewing. Insiders claimed Erika wasn't just honoring Charlie. She was positioning herself as his successor. Think about it. The timing, the speeches, the symbolism. Everything lined up like someone stepping into leadership. And it didn't help that just months before his death, Charlie publicly stated he had no plans to step away from Turning Point USA anytime soon. So when Erika suddenly started attending board meetings,
we just lost one of the greatest voices of our generation. Why? How? What's behind it? Like, everyone's trying to process this. And I respect that.
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
making key decisions and reportedly changing internal structures, people began connecting the dots that pointed toward a power shift. When those rumors hit the internet, the story exploded. Reddit threads went viral. Podcasts dissected her every move. Old videos of Charlie praising his team resurfaced. Fans compared his leadership style to the new one, claiming the mission had shifted overnight. One post went viral saying, "Charlie built a movement. Erika built a brand." It received over 50,000 likes and sparked discussions about whether the organization was staying true to its core values or becoming Erika's personal PR machine. Meanwhile, Charlie's siblings stayed unusually quiet until recently. In a leaked conversation allegedly from someone close to the family, they expressed frustration about how things were being handled. They claimed decisions about Charlie's estate, projects, and memorial donations were made without proper consultation. Former staff members even hinted that the once tight-knit circle around Charlie had fractured since his passing. But then came the dramatic turn.
So, something I'm so grateful for is that We have one of the most incredible teams for this case. I would never wish it upon anybody to have to go through what we are going through. To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected, I trust her.
The financial questions. Insiders hinted that the IRS had begun reviewing certain donations connected to Turning Point USA. It didn't necessarily mean wrongdoing. But when fans noticed Erika suddenly hiring a new PR team and issuing no-comment statements through legal reps, it didn't calm anyone's nerves. People wondered why an organization known for transparency was suddenly so quiet. Then came the personal angle, and this is where the internet split in half. Some believe Erika is a woman who endured unimaginable loss and is now protecting what her husband built. Others believe her actions show cold calculation, a strategy to secure influence and cement her name at the center of everything Charlie left behind. And with her rumored connections to powerful political figures like J.D. Vance, speculation only grew louder. One interview clip stirred even more chaos. When asked about criticism, Erika smiled calmly and said, "People love to judge what they don't understand. I answer to God, not the internet." The line went viral instantly, half praising her strength, the other half calling it deflection. Either way,
no. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against, and he can articulate that in a way that transcends. He's an amazing man.
everyone was talking about her again, and that seemed to be exactly what kept her name trending week after week. Then came whispers that she recently attended a private donor event with J.D. Vance. It wasn't publicized, but someone who claimed to be there said the two briefly shared the stage, speaking about continuing Charlie's vision. No official photos surfaced, but the story alone kept online discussions buzzing. Some saw it as unity. Others saw something deeper. What's undeniable is that Erika's influence has grown. She is now a visible figure in political and cultural spaces where she once only appeared as Charlie's partner. She's being invited to panels, featured in articles, and asked for her opinions. Meanwhile, Candace Owens, once one of Charlie's closest friends, has remained completely silent about Erika. Insiders claim the two haven't spoken since the funeral. Fans say, if Candace isn't speaking, she's observing. And that silence is loud. Through it all, Erika's social media remains pristine.
Favorite animal?
I love dogs. I lost my dog in October, and I'm still not over it. He was an amazing dog. I believe dogs are windows into God's
Bright lighting, uplifting captions, and quotes about strength and divine purpose. But behind all that shine, the whispers keep getting louder. Even supporters are starting to say something about the energy just doesn't add up. Why is every appearance so perfectly timed? Why do statements come out exactly when the conversation starts fading? Is it all coincidence or careful calculation? Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain. Erika Kirk isn't leaving the headlines anytime soon. Whether she's reclaiming her narrative or strategically steering the ship Charlie Kirk left behind, she's become one of the most talked about figures in the entire movement. The only question now is, how far is she willing to go to stay in control? And who's really standing beside her as she does it? Then, during her sit-down with Jesse Waters, things took a turn no one expected. This interview instantly became the talk of the week. Jesse started off calm, asking Erika about Charlie's final public appearance and that haunting question he was asked about trans-related violence. Viewers leaned in, waiting to see how she would respond. Her answer? Let's just say people were replaying the clip nonstop. Instead of giving a straightforward yes or no, Erika delivered a long, thoughtful explanation about how Charlie always wanted truth to guide every conversation. It sounded polished, maybe too polished, and the delivery left people unsure. No one could decide whether she was being cautious or simply avoiding the point. Either way, the internet picked it apart immediately. The internet tore the clip apart, but then came the curveball, the question everyone had been dying to hear. Jesse looked Erika straight in the eye and asked, "Do you believe they actually caught the real shooter?" The moment hung heavy. Erika paused, gave a tight smile, and replied, "We've been cooperating fully with everyone involved." That single line exploded online. Viewers immediately seized on one word, we. Was she referring to the FBI, her personal legal team, or some private group working behind the scenes? The vagueness felt deliberate, and that ambiguity was all social media needed to light up. Clips of the interview spread like wildfire as fans posted theories about what Erika really meant. Some viewers said she was merely nervous. Others insisted she was hiding something. One viral tweet read, "We girl, who's we?" And that post alone racked up millions of views. The speculation only intensified when Jesse pivoted to a lighter, personal question. He asked Erika to share something simple about Charlie, his favorite food or animal, and suddenly the tone shifted. Erika froze, laughed nervously, and said, "Oh gosh, he loves so many animals. I can't pick one." That brief, awkward moment blew up online. Fans flooded comment sections, stunned that someone married to him for years couldn't name a single favorite. It wasn't just shade. People were genuinely baffled. A trending comment asked, "How do you give speeches about his legacy but can't name his favorite animal?" And the clip became a meme overnight. As viewers dissected every frame, the interview began to feel like a full-blown PR disaster. Every word was replayed, analyzed, and compared to older footage of Erika and Charlie together. Just when the chaos seemed to settle, a new rumor detonated across headlines. Trouble in J.D. Vance's marriage. Multiple sources claimed J.D. and his wife, Usha Vance, were facing serious tension and even whispered divorce talk. At first, most dismissed it as typical political gossip, until Erika Kirk's name started cropping up in the stories and the narrative took off again. To be clear, J.D. Vance has never publicly confirmed any of these claims, and nothing solid has been proven. Still, the timing of the whispers raised eyebrows. Once Erika began appearing at major political events, people started connecting dots, not always fairly, and the rumor mill went into overdrive. Early explanations blamed alleged religious differences, with reports suggesting Usha hadn't converted to Christianity. Fans didn't buy it. JD and Usha have been married for over a decade with children and a life together, so sudden faith-based splits felt unlikely. That disbelief shifted the story toward a different theory. That J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk had grown close during joint appearances and private meetings. Multiple outlets began running speculative pieces suggesting the two had developed a rapport behind the scenes. No official proof ever surfaced, but social media started serving up side-by-side images and whispered narratives. The gossip cycle fed itself. You couldn't scroll without seeing Erika and J.D. Vance's names paired together. The flashpoint came at the Turning Point America Conference, an event billed as unity and leadership for Charlie's movement. J.D. Vance was a featured speaker, and who walked out to introduce him? Erika Kirk, her calm, confident, glowing introduction, calling him a dear friend of my late husband and a man continuing the fight for America's future, set off another round of whispers. The applause was loud, but the whispers were louder. Viewers noticed body language. JD smiling warmly, Erika standing a little too close, the crowd exchanging curious looks. Clips hit TikTok within minutes. Hashtags like hashtag Erika and JD and hashtag Turning Point Drama began trending as people debated whether it was mutual respect or something more. Neither Erika nor JD Vance addressed the whispers, but that didn't stop the internet from drawing conclusions. One viral comment read, "I don't even need to say a word. You can feel the chemistry." Others pushed back, accusing the online crowd of inventing drama for views. Still, public fascination only grew. Every photo, panel, and passing interaction was scrutinized. Through it all, Erika's team stayed silent. No official statements, no clarifications, no denials. In viral news cycles, silence often speaks volumes, and that quiet only intensified curiosity about what might be happening behind closed doors. Yet it's worth remembering the internet's knack for turning coincidences into conspiracies. Not every viral headline equals fact. Between that awkward interview, the viral clips, and the turning point moment, Erika found herself back in the eye of the storm. Whether the rumors were true or just public obsession run wild, one thing was clear: everyone was watching and nobody was looking away. Then the story escalated again when Charlie Kirk's sister reportedly broke her silence. And what she allegedly said came from the family circle. An insider reportedly explained that Erika Kirk's choice to move forward with JD Vance so soon after Charlie Kirk's death left the entire Kirk family devastated. They allegedly felt betrayed, believing she had replaced grief with ambition. According to sources, that is why the atmosphere was so icy during the Medal of Freedom ceremony at the White House. Everyone noticed the distance between Erika and Charlie's parents that day, but the reason wasn't publicly known. If this insider account is accurate, the tension finally makes sense. However, that wasn't even the most surprising claim. The same source suggested that Erika's rumored connection to JD Vance wasn't solely about emotions, but also strategy. They claim she allegedly made a private agreement with influential political figures to boost JD's public image and set him up for future success. The theory suggests that by standing beside JD as a strong Christian woman, the widow of a beloved conservative leader and CEO of Turning Point, Erika could amplify his profile nationally. Together, they would become a powerhouse duo. Fans reacted instantly to the speculation. One user tweeted, "So, she's turning grief into a PR campaign? That's crazy." Another wrote, "Y'all are reading too much into it. Maybe they just support each other through pain." The internet was split right down the middle. Still, many couldn't ignore the optics. Less than a year after losing Charlie, Erika was again in the center of headlines, smiling, speaking, and appearing on stage beside one of the most influential figures in the country. Public reactions were mixed. Some saw strength in her actions, while others accused her of calculated moves. Fans flooded social media with their opinions. One viral post read, "She's the happiest widow I've ever seen." Another said, "If my partner passed away like that, I wouldn't be out here smiling and hugging politicians." Something about this doesn't sit right. Many remarked that Erika's speeches felt scripted, her reactions too perfect, and her grief too polished. Controversy only grew when it came out that she had started selling tribute merchandise shortly after Charlie's death. Critics argued that if the gesture was genuine, she could have sold the items cheaper or given them away to supporters. Instead, many felt she had turned mourning into marketing, leaving a bitter taste. Supporters, however, defended her, suggesting that staying busy and continuing Charlie's legacy through Turning Point was a natural way for Erika to cope. The moment the alleged comments from Charlie Kirk's sister hit the internet, the story reignited. Hashtags like hashtag Erika and JD, hashtag White House deal, and hashtag Turning Point drama began trending. Fans posted side-by-side images of Erika and JD Vance, comparing them to older pictures of Erika with Charlie, and the speculation only intensified. Social media became a mix of emotion, debate, and conspiracy, capturing everyone's attention. Now, the big question: could Erika Kirk really have quietly helped JD Vance strengthen his political path? Or is this just amplified internet noise? Is it a coincidence that her every move seems perfectly timed, Or is she simply a woman navigating life after unimaginable loss? Whatever your perspective, one thing is certain. The saga surrounding Erika Kirk continues to be unpredictable, captivating, and impossible to ignore. So what do you think? Do you believe the rumors of Erika and JD Vance working together secretly are real? Or is it just another case of the internet running wild with speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you've been following this story, subscribe to stay updated, and share this video with someone following the drama. See you on the next update.